3 is the magic number, at least when it comes to the argumentative essay. In the last video, you've seen how to write an argumentative essay. I showed you the 3 different options there are, and you've seen that an argumentative essay has 3 parts: the introduction, the main body, and the conclusion. You can write an argumentative essay where you show pros and cons without your opinion, or you show both pros and cons with your opinion, or you show only pros or only cons. Today, we will see the 3 parts of an argument and the 3-paragraph essay. So once again, 2 times this important number 3. Remember how that argumentative essay that I wanted to write was about how SUVs are not great? Now, one key argument for that is that SUVs are way heavier than normal cars and therefore produce more CO2. With this sentence alone, I'm probably not going to convince anyone not to buy an SUV. So we need to improve our argument a bit. We can do 3 steps in order to formulate a good argument. The first step is the introduction. Here you sum up your argument in 1 sentence. I tried that by formulating the sentence: first of all, SUVs are really bad for the environment and have a bad influence on the climate. I don't need to explain my argument here, because that is step 2, explanation. I came up with the following explanation. Most SUVs are heavier and less aerodynamic than their counterparts in the hatchback or compact car segment. Maybe you remember the vocab that I've collected in the mind map. Now I need it for hatchback or compact car. This results in a higher gas consumption, which goes along with increased CO2 emissions. Because CO2 is one of the main greenhouse gases, an increasing number of SUVs will speed up global warming. Of course, you can't explain the whole process of global warming here, but in the end you have a conclusive explanation, and anyone who knows that CO2 and global warming are connected will understand your argument. On to the 3rd step when formulating an argument. You need an example or proof, and this is where it might get tricky in the exam. You probably don't have the possibility to do research, and you can't find any statistics on the topic. So you need good examples from your everyday knowledge. The more newspapers you read, the better. Personally, I'm not a car fan, so I don't know much about cars. I needed to look up the following information. The German Automobile Association, ADAC, has tested 10 standard cars and their SUV counterparts. Although there were no big differences in terms of space for the passengers, all of the SUVs had a higher weight and therefore an increased gas consumption. So this statistic or this test by the ADAC really helps to prove your point. And we're done with the first argument. This first argument is your first paragraph in the main body. Now, for a 3-paragraph essay, you need a second and a third argument. Depending on the type of essay that you're writing, the second and third argument might also be a contra-argument, or the second argument is something pro-SUVs, and then your third one could be a contra-argument again. Just remember that the last argument you're using should be the one that shows your opinion, and it should be the strongest argument. So in the conclusion, you can then give the reader your opinion or give an outlook, as we've said in the last video. Thanks for watching, and now you are able to argue for or against anything you want.